Hola, muy buenos días para todos y bienvenidos a nuestra sesión de información sobre Hawaii Pacific University. Muchísimas gracias por su asistencia y por el interés en descubrir un poco más sobre esta maravillosa universidad. Hoy tenemos aquí a un invitado muy especial, como siempre, el señor Jim George, quien es nuestro coordinador de producto para Hawaii Pacific University. Gracias, Jim, por la asistencia. También tenemos a Diana Hurtado, nuestra Country Manager en Perú. Así que bienvenida, Diana. También gracias por el apoyo de siempre. Recuerden que si tienen alguna pregunta la pueden hacer a través del botón Q&A y al final de la sesión estaremos respondiendo a todos esos interrogantes. Así que demos inicio. Thank you so much, Jim, and you can take it from here.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much, David. If you can just allow me to share my screen.
There you go. You have it.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I hope my screen is visible.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Just let me know once it's visible.
Okay.
It is visible now.
Okay, fine. Sure. So once again, thank you, David and Diana, for giving this opportunity for speaking about Hawaii Pacific University to all the prospect agents in the Latin American region. So I'm Jim George, I'm the Global Marketing Officer, and I'll be talking about Hawaii Pacific University, about its wonderful location, as you can see, the beautiful beaches, hills, mountains, etc. And I'll be going through what exactly is special in Hawaii Pacific University and what are the different programs they have to offer and how is life in Hawaii Pacific University. So I start out with, just to give you a small brief about Hawaii Pacific University. It is the largest university in and also a non-profit university in the state of Hawaii. It's Hawaii in the US, and the campus is just one is in downtown, and also the other is in the foot of the Kunalu Mountains on the windward side of the island. And students and faculties from around the world, you get a vibrant and international friendly city, and a stunningly beautiful tropical setting is what Hawaii Pacific University has to offer. And also, just to give you a small brief, that it is one of the most cultural rich private university in the US, also fusing with unmatched cultural diversities with personal support. HPU, that's Hawaii Pacific University, enables students to get up close and personal with subjects they're most passionate about. Now, Hawaii Pacific University actually provides a range of undergraduate and graduate and study abroad programs that actually shine a spotlight of the Hawaiian culture, tradition, and also the natural surroundings and wondrous spirits of aloha. Now, the hands-on learning approach in combination with small class sizes, international classrooms, and also inspiring teaching faculties are all that is combined what will really make HPU a one-of-a-kind destination for studying abroad, especially in the United States. Now, just to give you a small brief, Hawaii Pacific University is a small-sized university, and it's got a 12:1 student to faculty ratio. These are small words that actually are being used in the Hawaiian culture, which includes the pono, which actually means righteous, honest, and moral. And this is also in their profile. Then you've got the kulena, which actually means the responsibility and rights and concerns for all interest. And you have aloha, which is a usual term that is used in terms of greeting people, saying goodbye, your kindness, grace. So it's a combination of all these wonderful meanings that aloha actually tells. And you can see behind us that structure, which shows the Aloha Tower, which is also the Hawaii Pacific University's trademark this. And also they've got 5 colleges, as mentioned. They've got the College of Business, they've got the College of Health and Society, they've got the College of Liberal Arts, the College of Professional Studies, and they've got the College of Natural and Computational Science. Now, just to give you a small brief, this is the graduate program which I've just opened. We've also got we've got the undergraduate programs, but I will just cover first the graduate programs, and then I will go to the undergraduate programs. So, in terms of the graduate programs, we've got the College of Business, that is having the program which is Business Administration, the Master of Business Administration. We've got on-campus entry, and this is only for fall, and it's about 32 credits, and you've got it's a very competitive and a wonderful program that it has to offer. Then from the College of Professional Studies, yeah, and also we've got the Business Analytics and the Information Security program, which is a Master of Science program, which is again a STEM program where students can get up to 3 years of optional practical training. It's got 33 credits, and it's only on campus entry, and we've got available slots, which is a very competitive program, and we've got available slots for fall entry. Now, coming to the College of Professional Studies, it is a AAQEP accredited programs, and we have got education out of which students can take elementary education or secondary education, that they can take concentrations in English, mathematics, science, social studies, or world languages. Also, we've got the program that is the Organizational Development and Change, which is a Master of Arts program, and that is a 33 credit program, and we've got only a fall entry, and it is in-person classes. The others are online. This is from the College of Professional Studies. Also, we've got a program that is the Master of Science in Criminal Justice. So this is an online only program. So and also we've got the Master of Public Administration, which is again an online program. Then from the College of Liberal Arts, we've got programs that include diplomacy and military studies, strategic communication, which is one of the most, we see that digital marketing has become one of the key of all the institutions, and we find a lot of scope, especially in the strategic communication program that is a Master of Arts program. We've also got the sustainability program, teaching English to speakers of other language program, and also a lot of certificate programs which you can take along with any of these programs that is there in offer. Now, from the College of Health and Society, we've got the nursing practice program and the nursing program. But unfortunately, only students who have actually written their NCLEX exam and are passed their NCLEX exam only would be able to be eligible for this program. And this has got a fall and spring entry, and it's also accredited by the American Association of Colleges of Nursing. Then from the College of Health and Society, we've got programs that include the Master of Social Work, which is one of a very strong program, which has got 60 credits. And we've got a fall and spring entry. And also in that, concentrations you can take in general and military social work and veteran affairs, which is also a strong program. And we've got the College of Natural and Computational Science, which includes the Marine Science, which is an online program. And also we've got it in 2 different tracks, that's applied track and the thesis track, which has got 39 credits and 36 credits. Now, coming into the application deadlines for all the programs for fall entry, we've got the July 1st as a deadline. So any prospective students who would like to do any of these master's program, we've got the fall entry deadline of July 1st, except for specific programs that include the MSW program, Master of Social Work program, which is on February 15th. And we got the Master of Science in Marine Science, which has a January 15th, because it's a very competitive program. But what we would request is that if there are prospective students who are looking out for, can surely try. And it will be done on a case-to-case basis. Now, the admission process for the graduate programs is very simple. You need to submit your online application. application. We've got the details. You'll get the details for the online application. Then there is an application fee that you'll have to pay. We've got a few mandatory requirements that include the essay questions that will be there, which will actually determine the scholarship of a student, the official transcripts, 2 letters of references, resume, and you need to submit your test scores. A few programs may require a GRE or GMAT, but as of now, we have waived off the GRE or GMAT requirements due to the pandemic situation. For the English score test, we are looking for an IELTS of 6.0, minimum of 6.0. If it is a TOEFL in an internet-based test, we're looking for an 80. A minimum of 80 is what we're looking out for. A little more into this, to give you a little idea on the transcripts, we do not require ECE or any grade conversion unless the student is transferring. And this is just a few details of the transcript, how it has to be submitted, Hawaii Pacific. Now, the English language requirement, as I mentioned, we would require the English score test that is being mentioned. And in case if a student has been studied in an IB syllabus, etc., and or doing English as their first language, then they do not require an English. So this is just a short representation of how the application starts. So you need to go to a new student. You need to type in the details, and then you get into the pre-arrival checklist, which will give you all the requirements which I just mentioned before. And then once you fill in all the details, then you proceed for the I-20 process. And then once we get the I-20, this is the usual process that we go through. So this is about the this is about the graduate program, the graduate admission process. Now I will just go into the undergraduate programs that we have in offering, and also the different different aspects that has in offering for Hawaii Pacific.
Thank you, Jim. Maybe if you can if you can tell us a little more of the scholarships that they offer, or if they have this scholarships available.
Yeah, so they've got scholarships, and the scholarships are basically it is purely based on this essay that is being asked, and they get from $10,000 to $14,000, and this is a guaranteed scholarship. But we do not give a specific grade of scholarship requirement. It's only that once the that essay questions have been answered, their transcripts have been submitted. So it is on a point-based system where they get from $10,000 to $14,000 scholarships.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm just sharing my screen so that I start for the undergraduate presentation also.
Okay.
Yeah. So I hope it's visible. My screen
Yeah,
is.
it is. It is visible. Yes.
Oh. Okay. So yeah. So this is just to give you a small brief about Hawaii Pacific University. So Hawaii Pacific University is one of the most diverse universities in the country of US. You've got students from 50 different states and more than 70 different countries. And that is why Hawaii Pacific University is an international learning hub that it has to offer. Also, we've got campuses, as you can see in this figure. The campuses are 3 campuses which are there. One is in the Pioneer Plaza, the other is in the Aloha Tower Marketplace, which is the biggest campus. And then we've got the Waterfront campus. All these are actually just about 10 to 15 minutes walk. And this is why it's shown a small map of all the 3 different campuses that Hawaii Pacific University has to offer. And this is the Aloha Tower Marketplace, wherein we've got the School of Business and all the business related programs that are available. And just to give you a small idea of the student life that students can get while studying in Hawaii Pacific University is that there are a lot of student activities that are actually an essential part, which actually becomes an enriching campus life that is there in offering at Hawaii Pacific University. Not only offers entertaining and educational or co-curricular activities and programs, which actually helps the students to get involved and also meet each other. Then you can also choose over 50 plus clubs, organizations, and programs that they can take part in. And one of the best programs that Hawaii Pacific University offers for international students is the Hawaii Spotlight program, which actually provides opportunities to explore different parts of the island and learn about the Hawaiian culture and the community that the people live in. So this is one thing that Hawaii Pacific University offers. Also, in terms of the housing, as you can see, this is the housing where you get a riverfront front view, and these are the rooms. The waterfront lofts are actually on-campus residential housing, which is actually located in the second and third floor of the Aloha Tower Marketplace. Living at this lofts actually means the easy access to many amenities, restaurants, and a lot of activities, and also for fees and also move-in date visits, etc., is also available from this. The island of Oahu also offers many different living arrangements off campus for the fast-paced city lifestyle of Honolulu, and also the quiet beaches that are there at the Kailua. So it is also a shared tip on where these housings are. You can actually just visit our website and go to the housing and get maximum information in terms of the housing. Now, coming to the next one is just to give you a little idea on. These are just a few pictures of our campus. This is our Pioneer campus. And these are our e-sport places where a lot of e-sport games happen. In fact, our Hawaii Pacific University is one of the best in terms of e-sports. And then also you get a wonderful classroom experience where, especially during this COVID-19 situation, a few pictures were clicked wherein 6 feet distance were kept. Students were told to mandatory wear masks and all the safety precautions were used. Here is another view of how the classrooms are in Hawaii Pacific University. Now, coming to the programs, we've got over 40 undergraduate programs. Just to mention a few programs that include the STEM-related programs, which I would like to mention. We've got a lot of STEM-related programs that include, we've got in terms of from the computer science and engineering, we've got programs that include computer science. We've got engineering, which students can take biomedical, biotechnology, or electrical engineering. That comes under the STEM category. In the math category, we've got mathematics, where you can take concentrations in applied math. You can take math education or pure math. And also, we've got the 3+2 math and engineering program. In natural science, we've got biochemistry. We've got biology, where students can take concentrations in chemistry, human health services, conservation, ecological, and evolution. We've got chemistry, environmental science, environmental studies, marine biology. Also in the master's program, we've got the Master of Science in Marine Science, where you can take the applied or the thesis that come under the STEM category. We've got the oceanography program. Then we've got the Health and Society, wherein a nursing program is a STEM program, and the Master of Science in Nursing is also a STEM program. And then the liberal arts, we've got the integrated multimedia program that comes under the STEM category. And in business, we've got the Master of Science in Business Analytics and Information Security that comes under the STEM category. So these are a few STEM related programs. Apart from that, we've got a lot of programs, which is just a few are mentioned here, wherein we've got chemistry, we've got cinematic multimedia arts, where you can take animation, multimedia design, cinematic multimedia production. So there are a lot of programs that are there in offering. Then just to tell you a little more on the different programs that are there. These are just a few pictures of wherein students do their internships. Got a lot of internship opportunities. Here is A student that took the biotechnology program is doing a live internship with the research institution. And here it's the nursing students doing their lab work, wherein they do it in a stimulated lab. These are just a few pictures, and then students get involved in a lot of residential, a lot of programs that include the residential honors programs, scholars programs, a lot of clubs and organizations that are there. Esports is there, campus recreation is there available. In terms of athletics also, Hawaii Pacific University is one of the best universities that offer a lot of sporting events in the state of Hawaii, where we've got sports that include soccer, softball, tennis, volleyball, golf, cross country, etc. We've got even baseball, basketball, cross country, golf, soccer, tennis that are there in offering. Then this is the tuition fee that will cost, especially in 2021, which includes the tuition would cost $28,800, and the room and board, according to what type of things you select, it will cost between $14,000 to $19,000, and this would be the total cost that will include your tuition and room and board, etc. There's a lot of financials, especially scholarships, as Diana was asking, that scholarships are purely based on the academic merit, and they do it according to that calculation. So to be precise on the scholarships, what is being offered is that the scholarship is, it is actually done on an individual calculation basis. And this is basically just purely based on the merit. So this is just an example to tell that if a student has got a 2.5 to 2.75, they are eligible for up to $5,000. If they are having a 3.75 GPA on a scale of 4, they are eligible up to $14,000. If it's a 3.5 to 3.75, $13,000. If it's a 2.75 to 2.99, they're eligible for up to $7,000. So this is not fixed. It is only based on all the documents that you submit. So here are the application requirements that are needed. That is, you need to fill in the application form. There's an application fee of $45. You need to submit your transcript, your English score test, as I mentioned, the 6.2 in IELTS or equivalent, and then your personal statement, which is optional, and your recommendation letter, again, which is optional. But we would request you to give all this, because based on this, your scholarship would be awarded. And then, of course, you have got the SAT or an ACT. If you have it, it's an advantage. If you don't have it also, it is fine. These are just some important dates in terms of. So this is about Hawaii Pacific University. Now I'm open for questions. You can please ask me.
Thank you so much, Jim, for the presentation and for all the valuable information. Let's see if there are any questions here. Do you have any questions at this stage, Diana?
Maybe if you can tell us a little more if the student has not the level of English. Do you have any pathway with any institute, with any English institute?
Yeah, Hawaii Pacific University actually partners with 3 other institutions, which is how they are partnering in terms of getting their, it's an ESL school. So we will send you the details of that ESL school, wherein they can get an unconditional offer letter from the ESL school and get a conditional offer letter from Hawaii Pacific University. It's just a collaboration that they have, but not inside the campus, but it will be a different.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, perfect.
Another thing, Jim, that is really interesting about Hawaii Pacific University is the fact that they do offer athletic scholarships because they are a Division II NCAA, if I am correct.
Yes.
So can you please tell us a little bit more about what that process is like in terms of the students getting those athletic scholarships? Because there are a number of people in Latin America that have that profile, that have that potential to apply for an athletic scholarship.
Yeah. So in terms of the athletic scholarships, the best part is that since Hawaii Pacific University is a NCAA Division II thing. The F1 visa holders are eligible for scholarships. The athletic scholarships actually start out with, they require that minimum eligibility requirement is there, wherein it will be done on a case-to-case basis to look into what exactly the student is capable of. Now, just to mention a highlight about the available sports that Hawaii Pacific offers. So there are 6 men's teams and 8 women's teams that are actually there that very prominently participate in the NCAA Division 2 category. And this particular the available sports, that is basically what type of scholarships they get is, it's actually the students are being recruited, and the sports include baseball, basketball, cross country, golf, soccer, tennis, and in women's sport you've got acrobatics and other sports that are there. And the scholarship that they have in offering is it is basically done on a case-to-case basis to know that which sport and how it is being done, and that is how it is given. So like if you've got a very strong tennis player who is very good in terms of tennis, then you need to send those details about their track record, and accordingly they will evaluate the student and then they will offer the scholarship. So it is done on a case-to-case basis, but F1's visa holders are eligible for the athletic scholarship.
Thank you, Jim. That is great. Yeah, because there are a number of soccer players in Latin America.
Yes.
There are a number of tennis players as well. So definitely for those students, Hawaii Pacific University would be a really, really good option. So I think just sending evidence on what makes them special, maybe videos of them playing, any awards that they have received, things that would make them outstanding in terms of other athletes that are applying for those type of scholarships. I think that would be the way to go for those
in
students.
fact, what the process would be that now, for example, they will send their resume wherein they'll be mentioning their achievements in their sports area, and then the head coach, it's purely on the discretion of the head coach of that particular sports, where they will be contacted. You'll need to contact the head coach, and then the head coach will decide on what scholarships can be given in terms of the athletic scholarship.
Okay. Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful. Another thing that is really interesting about Hawaii Pacific University is that they do have a representative team for e-gamings. And in one of the trainings that we did with the university, we did see a couple of images of an amazing room where students can actually practice for those e-games. So that's another thing that I wanted to highlight that makes Hawaii Pacific University very interesting, a very contemporary university. I haven't seen that particular representative team anywhere else in the United States. So it's very, very special as well. I just wanted to highlight that the e-games part is really, really interesting in Hawaii Pacific University.
Yeah, in fact, they've got something known as an esports arena, which you had just seen. And this esports arena is approximately about 3,000 square feet that is actually situated in that Aloha Tower. And it actually features cutting edge gaming rigs. You've got virtual reality stations. You've got casual seating that is there. And also viewing arena, and also outside viewing is also there. And this, as we all know, that esports is something that is actually upcoming now, and we can see that especially with the virtual sporting that is become one of the biggest things. So one more thing that actually is very outstanding from HPU is that it also offers League of Legends players to come in. We've got a lot of leagues that are there. League Unlock, they call it, for all champions, and over players come in and do. There are a lot of rewards that are there, and in this, HPU is the second highest learning institution to receive access to all these services. And it's basically you can see that there are a lot of games that are there. It does cost a little for having that extra. The first hour may be a little free, but then later on, if you want to play more, it will also.
Yeah, That is really important to mention as well, Jim. The e-games part at Hawaii Pacific University is just amazing. And just to add on to what you mentioned about the programs, Hawaii Pacific University is also really strong in terms of undergraduate in their marine biology programs, in their oceanography programs. We do have a catamaran that students can, well, they would be navigating onto that boat and then conducting experiments and research. So that is something that makes Hawaii Pacific University quite unique. I haven't heard of other universities that do own that particular vessel, that catamaran. So for those ones interested in biology, marine studies, and oceanography, that is a wonderful tool that they will have access to. Just to add on, as another one of the things that makes Hawaii Pacific University really, really special.
Very true. And in fact, what actually makes it a very unique place is because since it's in the middle of the ocean, so it's in an island. So there are a lot of things that the program can give that practical knowledge in terms of dealing with the latest technology and the latest equipments that are available from each.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Jim. Well, I think those were the extent of the questions and the comments that we had for this session. Again, thank you so much, Jim. Thank you to all of our agents present in this session. We will be chatting very, very soon. Next week, we will come back with another session with Jim and Diana. So thank you so much for your participation and for your questions. And we will be chatting very, very soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much once again to all the agents and David and Diana. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.